Thank you, Speaker. I rise to offer the Greens enthusiastic support for this public interest debate today and thank the member for Coogee for bringing this motion to the chamber, noting that many, many years ago when I was elected to this place and the Greens were advocating for an end and a comprehensive end to no grounds evictions, at that stage the seat of Coogee was actually a Liberal-held seat. And I remember sitting in our office in Newtown identifying the fact that the potential to look at the number of rentals in what was then a marginal seat as a way to try and convince the former Liberal National Government to move on rental reform was one of our key targets. Instead, what we saw is they failed to move. We saw the delivery of the Labor member for Coogee, and we saw the Liberal National Government eventually put onto the opposition benches. Can I say that while it has taken over 500 days, I think on our latest count, for us to see a comprehensive plan for how the Minns Labor government will deliver on their commitment to end no grounds evictions, that after having been waiting and calling for this reform since 2014, I am very pleased that by the end of this year that we will see that reform delivered and acknowledge the commitment of the Minns Labor government responding to the long driven campaign by the Everybody's Home people, by the Make Renting Fair people, by the Sydney Alliance, as the member for Parramatta mentioned, by the Tenants Union, by Shelter, by the incredible advocates and organisations that have been pushing for this reform, the housing experts, for many, many years. And can I just say that ending no grounds evictions comprehensively in New South Wales is the most significant consequential change that we can make to start addressing the cooked rental market in New South Wales and delivering a level of security and dignity for the third of people in New South Wales that rent. We know that bans like this, though, need to be absolutely comprehensive because we know that the real estate industry benefits and profits directly from an insecure rental market that churns through tenants. Because actually, when your business model is made on the idea that you make money from open inspections, that you make money from the idea of doing up new lease agreements, then you are constantly benefiting from an insecure rental market. And we must call out those vested interests that are profiting from rental insecurity, and the real estate industry is absolutely that one. And the pretense that they have when they talk about mum and dad investors being the ones that suffer, they are the ones, the mum and dad investors are the ones that are paying the real estate industry huge amounts of money so they can profit from a cooked housing market, when in actual fact, often the mum and dad investors have a next generation of young people who cannot afford to live and rent in the same place as them because their children are suffering as a result of this rental crisis. In addition to that, the mum and dad investors are quite often not always investors, because we know that the mums and the grandmothers of this state are sadly, in older women, the largest growing cohort of people that are facing homelessness in this state. And we need to break with this idea that rental insecurity is something just impacting on young people, and recognise that in fact it has an impact across generations. And this reform will be groundbreaking and so significant. And I am so pleased, I am so thrilled that we have been able to work with so many people to deliver on this reform. I wish to indicate that I seek to amend the amendment being moved by the opposition spokesperson for those that seek to profit from the housing crisis that we are in, and move that all words after house be omitted and instead insert that this house supports the third of people in New South Wales that rent, and will protect renters' rights by passing comprehensive reform by the end of the year that ensures no renter is evicted in New South Wales without being provided with a valid reason. The Greens absolutely do not support the attempts by the opposition to, again, grandstand on this, and we hope that this reform is delivered through the House with ease.